Hi, Franny Knight here. I am curious as to what you know about how many people drop out in their first year as a real estate agent. Would you believe 80%? And why is that? And what does that have to do with you? This video is for my realtors out there who are in their first and second year, and you maybe had a good first year, but your second year is not going so well, or maybe you're struggling in your first year. I believe there are three pathways that realtors take eventually. Some get coached and understand how to do it right away, and that's what I'm doing this video for, is to help you, my newer realtors, second year realtors. It could be more than just second year, of what are the paths, those three paths to success, and how to assess yourself and to get on one of those three paths. What I have seen, I've been a realtor for 13 years, and I remember my first year of training. What I have seen over these 13 years in the real estate business is how new agents are taking training online, coaches in their brokerages, and learning everything possible to grow your real estate business. And everything is not going to work for you. There's going to be one path, maybe two, that will work for you, and you need to figure out how to assess yourself and then get on that path and learn as much as you can on that path to get that success. So the three paths, path number one is the big, deep network path. Path number two is the sales path, and path number three is the niche marketing path. Now, each of these helps if you, what I have seen in success in any of these paths, especially the first path, I will say, is where I see, and the first path is where most realtors end up, that I believe the majority are in. And that is if you have a second income, if you're the second income, real estate is the second income. Maybe you have a job that's flexible that you can do real estate on the side. Maybe your spouse or partner works and has enough money coming in to pay the bills. Maybe you've saved up money, you have an inheritance, you sold some property, and you have enough money to afford you to work path number one the first couple of years. 80% of people drop out of the business in the first year. 50% drop out in the second year. The ones who are able to make it, the most who make it are in the first path. And the first path is a big and deep network. And the network could be comprised of different groups within that network, but you have at least 100 people that you've known for a while that you feel comfortable calling and letting them know that you're in, that you are now a realtor, and ask for business, and then ask to stay in touch with them over the next year or two. If you have that, then I have seen the most success with that, combined with not needing the income, so that you can be very slow and gentle, easy, natural at building your business through your wide and deep network. I've seen it many, many times. And so now I'm not a path number one. I moved from Wichita to Kansas City in 2001. I worked a traveling training job until 2008 when I did get my license, and I had no network. Networks come from, you go to church, your kids' schools and the parents all know each other, a neighborhood, you all know each other, sports that network is a deep and wide network, is a big enough interest group that there are more people than just a handful that meet at least once a month over a longer period of time. That's what makes that a very strong network. that you can go to. So that's where I see the most success. Now, I believe you also have to have good organizational skills. You have to have a plan to stay in touch with these people over a period of time. Once they do become your clients and then past clients, you have a way to stay in touch with them to keep getting business from them and referrals. So there still is a system involved, but it's for most people. Most of society are not salesy, and so this is more natural for them. But if you don't have that big network and the system in place and an extra income, then it's going to be hard for you to make it in that. I do find people with a network, but maybe not a big deep network, who will out of the gate the first year they'll get 4 to 6 transactions just with their own network, but it wasn't big enough and deep enough, and you didn't have a strategy or systematic approach to build on that network and make it go deeper. And so year number 2, I see a lot of realtors who make it through first year who had enough of a network that they're not making it in their second year, and they're really struggling. So if that's you, then you might need to look at path 2 or 3. Path 2, I think, is you kind of either have it or you don't, and I don't think you can learn it. I think most people can't learn it. It will never be comfortable. I would say about 10% of the population who can, and that's the sales path. And the sales path is that you have a sales personality, you're competitive, you love the chase, you like learning sales scripts, you don't mind making lots of cold calls. Not that you love it, but you're okay with it. You don't get your feelings hurt. Rejection, it just doesn't bother you. It's just part of the game. It's got a lot of sports metaphors. And so you can really build your business faster if you have a sales personality and can go down the sales path. And so the sales path, there's many ways that you can generate leads through the sales path. You can do it purely through cold calls to expireds, canceled, FSBOs. You can circle prospect. You can do open houses. You can knock on doors. There's just quite a few ways that you can use your sales personality down that path. I have a little bit of that. I can do it. It's not my absolute favorite thing. I would say I'm probably a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. And so I can do that. I've had a job doing that and did pretty well with it. I made 100 calls a day. They were cold calls, and I was able to do that. But when I got into real estate in 2008, I tried it and it wasn't quite clicking for me. So I am a path 3 person, and I believe that you don't have to have the personality aptitude for path 3, that you can actually make it work with right training, right coaching, right concepts. And that path is building your business around a niche. And then the niche can turn into a brand. That's your goal, is for it to be a recognizable brand within the city that you're in. And that's what I did. So my brand is Urban Cool KC. You can go, if you don't know, we've got 40 plus followers on Facebook. We've had that for several years. It's Urban Cool KC Living. Also, we have about 4,000 followers on Instagram. We generate most of our leads through our Facebook postings with a whole sales funnel system that we've put into place, and has allowed us hundreds of transactions. But there's a whole system involved in that. And so a niche is something that you have a hobby around, that you're passionate about, that you love to do. The more connected it is to homes and the real estate business, and real estate, the better it is. So like if you have a passion for gardens, it's going to be a little bit better than a passion for dogs, even though dogs are part of the home. So there are some niches that work better within real estate. And so I believe almost anybody can go down this path, but it does take some real knowledge about branding and marketing and niche, and also you have to use social media. So the niche can be grown in offline as well as online, but right now online with social media and internet marketing, it can really grow fast with not a lot of money invested, but you do got to invest some money. So, so those are the three paths. I'll just give you a little bit more of my story and how you can get more help with this. So, like I said, I got into real estate in 2008 after I'd been a traveling trainer for national seminars from 2001 to 2008. Started real estate because I was curious about real estate. My husband thought I'd be good at it. I didn't want to travel anymore, and I thought I could put to use when I was training. I did train on marketing, so I had a lot of marketing in my background and sales. And so I jumped in, and the first trainer I had at Keller Williams, which is where we're at now, talked about getting a niche. And I thought, I like that idea. I tried the sales process. I went to Bold and did cold calls. I did that. I did not have a network. I moved from Wichita, Kansas to Kansas City and traveled. And so I had no network at all in Kansas City. So I couldn't take advantage of the first path. And the second path I tried just wasn't working. So the third path, I thought, well, I think I can do this. So the first niche I tried out was, I love dogs. I had one dog at the time when I started, and started going to a dog park. And I thought, well, I'll start meeting people at the dog park and build my network, and then start, writing blogs on dogs and dog care and all things around dogs. And I don't know if I could have made that work, if other agents could make it work and can make it work, but I couldn't because I was bored at dog parks. I'm not a stand around talk kind of person. I'm a movie person, so moving. So when I have dogs, I like to walk them, not stand and watch them play. And it was kind of a hard transition going from talking about somebody's dog and our dogs to real estate. And so that would have to happen over time. And the chances of meeting the same people over and over again, it's there and it's a handful, but it wasn't enough that I could see I could scale that up. It wasn't scalable, and I was bored. And so I gave up that niche. So picking a niche is a little challenging. That's the hard part. And you need someone to kind of help guide you with that niche. So the next niche I tried was green real estate. And the reason why I started trying out green real estate was because I'm very environmentally focused. I love the outdoors. I love camping and hiking and doing all kinds of outdoor sports. I think my spirituality grew through nature and being outdoors. So much love for that I want to protect our environment. And so I've done many things individually just to reduce my carbon footprint, but I also easily join up with any groups that are working on sustainability and climate change. So that was a really natural niche for me. And I saw that there was a certification process to become a green realtor. So I went down that path, and that was much more successful than the dog path. That actually lasted, I would say, about 3 to 4 years before my final niche, which is the urban cool homes niche. But so what I started to do was I went to Green Drinks, a young group who got together who talked about the environment and sustainability over drinks. I joined up the Heartland Renewable Energy Society. So I joined several groups that were already in existence. I got knowledgeable about energy efficiencies and solar panels on houses. I just joined everything I possibly could join and started writing about it, sending out a newsletter. I had a list that people could sign up for all the the homes in the city that were energy efficient, from passive solar to solar panels. and and so that started creating a bit of a network. I then started up a green business networking group that I started myself. It's good to join networks and groups that are already meeting, but if you can start your own, that also gives you a little bit more credibility with the people that you're meeting than just showing up to a meeting. So the green business networking and all my green networking led me to the Green Impact Zone, which was going on 2011, and I loved what they were doing. It was a federal stimulus grant that was helping revitalize some of the East Side neighborhoods. Now, remember, I'm not from Kansas City. I didn't really understand Troost as a dividing line. I knew a little bit about it, but not into it much. Didn't know much about any of the neighborhoods on the east side of Troost. Everything for me was Westport or Plaza, and so I went to volunteer for the Green Impact Zone, and through meeting some people, we started the Emerald City Project, which was to help revitalize the Mannheim neighborhood. There were 300 abandoned homes in that neighborhood at the time, and so we got together a group of about 300 artists, urban homesteaders, villagers, nomads, occupiers. At the time, Occupy Wall Street in Kansas City was going on, performance artists, just a really eclectic group of people. Basically, the common theme was they wanted to live life a little differently, to where they could do their art, their crafts, live a very different life. So if they could rehab a home that was sitting on the chopping block or in land bank, or not too expensive to get, collectively we revitalized those homes, and then somebody could live in that house rent-free, mortgage-free, and then not have to worry about doing their arts and the crafts that they wanted to do. So we ended up helping 15 people get a house that way. It was fairly successful, but the problem was I didn't understand, as the leader of this group, I didn't understand dividing lines of cities very well. I didn't understand neighborhood associations and the power plays within them. I didn't understand my white privilege. And so it wasn't an organization, Emerald City wasn't an organization that lasted very long, but what it gave me was two things that helped with my niche. So first off, it gave me a bigger network, which is back to number one, but that network was within green and revitalization. And so I was able to start getting business from those people who we were working together, because we were meeting not monthly, we were meeting once a week, twice, 3 times, 4 times a week. I've seen these people a lot, and so I got to know these people in a more deeper way, and it was a fairly good sized group. So that was a great network for me to build upon. The second big thing that really took off, and I would never have guessed this, was I was discovering these amazing older historic homes that were beautiful. So beautiful to me were stone houses, that bungalows and Kansas City shirtways, just the old historic feel, especially in the Northeast, the Victorians and Italianates and Second Empires. Oh my God, I fell in love with those homes. And I started posting those houses, just going by, taking pictures of them because they're so beautiful. And I'm in real estate, right? So I wanted to show off these houses of Kansas City. And I know if you're in Kansas City, you know about those. I did not know about them until I started working the east side of Kansas City. And so I did know about the Hyde Park homes before that, but there's just so many beautiful homes. And by posting those first on Tumblr, Facebook at that time is 2012, 2011 to 2013 timeframe when I started all the posting that then led to the Urban Cool KC Facebook page with the 40,000 followers. I was just posting whatever I could, and Tumblr was great because they had big photos as a format. Facebook had little tiny ones, so it wasn't working real well until they changed the format. Then once Facebook changed the format where the photos were big, you could do multiple photos, and then they allowed a business page, and then they allowed for advertising or running boost, and so when I started, I mean, people loved the houses I was posting. So I was getting a lot of likes and shares. And so I was getting 15, 20 likes, which was really a big deal. And so then I started putting $1 into boosting it out to more people. And at that time, boy, my God, that Facebook's algorithms and were very organic, and so I was getting a lot for my money. Let's just say that. And so that over time built into the Facebook page that we have. But that now I would consider it a brand and not a niche. Started out as a niche that became a brand. And the brand it's recognizable. If you tell people about your brand, many people will know that brand. They will know who you are. It's often that when I'm out and about in public and people notice me, my pink hair helps, but also if I say I'm with the Urban Cool, if I give my card to Urban Cool KC, they do know Urban Cool KC. That's now I would consider a brand. How do you know when you're a brand? That's what I think. So that's the path that I feel I definitely had the most success with. Again, 1 and 2 kind of played in a little bit, but I also feel it's a path that anybody can go down with the right niche and the right strategy. You've got to have some marketing know-how in order to keep getting that message out there. And I think it's fun. I mean, that's the other kind of cool thing about path number 3. I think for some people, path 2 sales is really fun. And for people who love their networks and like working with them, I think they enjoy that too. So I'm not saying that those paths are not fun too, but 3 I just think has a lot of open potential for people. If you are a real estate agent and you're still like, I don't know how I'm going to get consistent leads, this is the way that you can do it. So I am offering, I've started up a business to offer coaching, mentoring, training on path 3. I can help you with path 1 and 2, but that's not where I had my success and not my specialty. I had my best success with path 3, and I know I can teach people how to do what I did, either with your own niche, or we also I have a team who are also offering courses. We actually have, we're calling it a movement. It's the Urban Cool Realtor movement. And in the Urban Cool Realtor movement, we have an 8-week course that you can get your Urban Cool or Urban Realtor certification that will put you into a nationwide network for masterminds, get-togethers, meetups, Facebook group, referring to each other. So I'm offering that to people to start connecting. I would love to have an Urban Realtor certification with NAR, National Association of Realtors, so I'm going to be working on that. So you could learn how to be an Urban Realtor, or if you just want to learn how to do niche marketing as a real estate agent, I can help you with that. I also have started a nationwide expansion team. We're opening up in 40 cities with a little bit more experienced lead agents who want to learn what we have done in Kansas City and model it and be on our expansion team in cities. It will be under the Keller Williams Market Center, and we can talk about that. So I am going to put in a link that you can click to find out more about this opportunity. If you just want to chat about which path you are on, let me know about that. But it'd be good if you watch a few more videos that we have about what we're doing, the movement, our coaching, and read through. We also have a self-evaluation test just to kind of see where you're at with with the 3 paths. Also, if you are somebody who might fit into our Urban Realtor Expansion Network, we would like to talk to you about that too. So just click on the link below. It's our website. It's going to take you to more information about what we're doing. But at a minimum, if you don't click on any link or talk to me ever again, see which path is best for you and go get trained, coached on that particular path so that you can have quicker and better success and happier and be happier. Okay, I'm Friday night. Thank you.